Do you have a child whom you suspect is dyslexic, but you're not sure? I know it is not your job as a classroom teacher or even a parent at home who homeschools or who is concerned. I know it is not your job to diagnose any child. That is the role left to specialists or professionals. But you still want to confirm your suspicion of dyslexia for that child or set of children, and you don't know what to do. My name is Stella, and I have recorded this episode as part of the continuous professional development series for classroom teachers, Achieving Phonological Awareness. We will learn what phonological awareness is if a majority of you do not know about it already, but I suspect that a few of you have come across this term. We will learn why it is key. We will also look at the different tasks that you can walk through with a child who is struggling to read. I will add that you can try the exercises with any child, gifted or not. Every child should be playing with words, rhymes, and syllables that they hear in everyday speech to prepare for reading, which is what phonological awareness is. I'll go back to this. Every child, it didn't say a particular child, every child at home, in the classroom, in church, in the mosque, on the street, in the market, on the playground, every child should be playing. We're not looking at academic work in the classroom. Play, play, play. That is the way children learn. Young children learn through play. So every child, every young child really, should be playing with words, rhymes, and syllables. We know what words are. We know what rhymes are. We know what syllables are. When they are playing with this, they do that as they hear in everyday speech, which we engage them in. This prepares them for reading. It's like the building block to perfect or fluent reading. Unfortunately, most children are not blessed with engaging environments at home, outside the home, at school, or outside the school. So if a child who has grown up in a home where books will have reading corners, will have rich library of different picture books based on the age of the children in that home, it comes to the school, and the school is so engaging. In the classroom, in the school main library, will have books of different ages and different genres, and the child is always interested and looking forward to reading and always engaged in meaningful conversations by the teacher, by the parents, by any adult. The child, every day of the child's life, there are speeches the child is listening to or the child is engaged in. As the child is speaking, the child is playing with words, the child is learning about rhymes, the child is learning about syllables. It does not have to be in the written form. This only has to do with verbal or what they hear. When you start from that, you build on those, then the child will be able to read fluently or enjoy reading and be able to transcend from the verbal or from the listening aspect of it into the written form. That is what phonological awareness is all about. It has to do with how the child is able to use what he or she can hear in live as they read, as they go through the process of fluent reading. So what are you engaging the children in? How are you making reading enjoyable to the children? Do you have, during circle time, do you engage them? Do you share books? During different subjects that you teach in class, how are you playing around with keywords? How are you playing around with definition of words? How are you playing around the different words that you spew out every day? Do you have a long chat where the children are encouraged to use new words in their vocabulary and their word bank is building? Do you encourage them by giving them picture books to take home to read? Do they read the newspapers? Do they see the adults, the parents, the educators, the teachers, they engage in reading? Are they also doing that in a play way method? Because you need to have them enjoying what they're doing for them to be engaged in whatever you want to expose them to. So I'm taking my time in this introductory aspect of the video to let you know that before you can tag a child, or before the child is labeled or diagnosed by a specialist as dyslexic, we need to check the background. We need to carry out prior investigation to be able to confirm and say, now I know where the trouble is. And that is where I've listed the different tasks or exercises that teachers or adults or parents can engage the children they are suspecting are dyslexic in. Out there, if you carry out more research, you could have a longer list or a shorter list, but for this video we'll be looking at just these 8: generation, detection, blending, segmentation, deletion, substitution, fusion, and inversion. The first one is generation. Here I'm just expecting the child to generate words containing the same ending or the same final syllable or the same rhyme as the target word that I'm going to present. Maybe, for instance, I could say, okay, can you give me a word starting with pi, as in pilot? I'm expecting the child to give me or generate words like pirate, pineapple. The next one has to do with detection. Is the child paying attention? I want the child to find out an odd one out in a set of 3 words that I'm going to be reading or saying to the child. For instance, I could say, which word does not start with the same way as the 2 others? Market, marina, bicycle. Quickly, the child should be able to tell me bicycle is the odd one out. It could be, maybe I say kill, meal, or sun. Once again, I'm expecting the child to tell me sun. The next task is blending. This takes place mostly in our classrooms, where we're asking the children to put together sounds and say what the word is. Say, for instance, I'll tell the child art. I expect the child to tell me cat, right? It could be a longer word and has to do with syllables, not just phonic sounds. Say caterpillar. The child hears me and I'm expecting the child to put the sounds or the parts that I have read out, the syllables, and put it together to build a word, caterpillar. The next one is virtually the opposite of the previous. Segmentation is the opposite of blending. In this one, I'm expecting the child to break the given word into units. Say the same word, caterpillar, that I've given to the child. I want the child, when I say caterpillar, the child should be able to break the words based on the syllables. Caterpillar. Rainbow, rainbow. Task 5 is deletion. Here it's a bit different because the child is going to be manipulating the phonemes in the word or words. Here I'm expecting the child, for instance, I could say a word and I expect the child, I'll tell the child what aspect of the word to take away, and the child is supposed to give me a response telling me what is left. Say, for instance, let's say I say the word cabin, and I tell the child, if you remove car from the word cabin, what is left? The child should be able to tell me bin. If I say feet, and I tell the child, take away t from the word feet, what is left? Fee. So it could be in front, it could be behind, it could be a long word, it could be a blend of letters, depends. The child's supposed to pay attention, listen, and know what to do. I know some of you will be suspecting now the different tasks that I've mentioned so far and the rest that I'm going to be sharing. These are mostly covered in verbal reasoning exercises. A good teacher will be able to use the verbal reasoning exercises to carry out this assessment, informal assessment of a child who might be struggling with reading. So a great teacher will go back to verbal reasoning exercises that you have in book form. A good verbal reasoning book will help you a great deal to create the task that you're going to engage the child in. And sometimes you can create your own tasks, okay, based on the examples we've given. You'll be able to understand what to do. The next one, as we move from one task to the other, the complexity increases. The next one is substitution. Here I'm expecting the child to manipulate spoken words by substituting certain part or phonemes for others. For example, I might tell the child in the word track, I want to take away the tr or tr in track. Substitute the tr with cr. What do I get? Crack. I could also maybe as simple as pat. I'll say take away the p in pat and replace it with a b. What do you get? Bat. The next one is fusion. Here, a child is supposed to pay very close attention because I'm expecting the child to put together for example, the first two phonemes of two successive words. What do I mean? Say, for instance, I'm asking the child to, okay, I have two words, big, apple. And I say to the child, take away the first letter in the two words and put them together. What do you get? So the first letter in big is B, or the first sound is B. The first letter in apple is A, or the sound A. And I ask the child to take away those two and put them together. What do I have? BA is bar. So I expect the child to be able to listen and carry out the exercise that I'm asking him or her to do. The last one, which is the most complex, is inversion. This one involves inverting a consonant or vowel within a word, or inverting phonemes of two successive words. It might be a bit confusing here. And before I go on, I would like you to know that this video that I'm recording is just a brief on the different tasks that you can do. If you want detailed training, you might need to get in touch so I can organize a detailed training for you, your teachers, or schools, a group of schools who can do that. Okay, I'll share my contact details so you know how to reach me. Okay, I'm just giving a brief. These are all in summary, really. That's why you can see I'm not going into details, but I do not want to take too much of your time here. If you need more information, we can train you, because this takes beyond 10-15 minutes video to be able to do this very well with any child. Okay, so in the last one, which is inversion, for instance, I can say, like I was saying, it's just like switching places within a word. Either you're switching letters, or you're switching sounds, or you're switching consonant blends. Whatever you're asking the child to do is just to move from one place to the other. Let me just make it as simple as possible. If, for instance, I say in the word television, I'm asking the child to switch the SI with the LE, or with the VI. Instead of television, I'm having television. You can see I've switched the SI with the VI, the places where they are in the original word. So it becomes, instead of television, it becomes television. So we do the switching. And you see some of these exercises, they're very, very prominent in verbal reasoning books. So you can go through that and create yours. And like I say again, you can build yours based on what you're covering in class. If this is your first video in our series for the CPD for classroom teachers, you're welcome. I have created a YouTube channel where I share more ideas. You get bonus materials where this video will be placed in the YouTube channel, and this is going to be the 7th video in that series. Apart from the bonus materials, we also have shorter videos that are about 3 minutes or less long, and we have more than 50 of those in our YouTube channel. Subscription is free, so please type out this link and visit our channel and see the many videos I've recorded. When I visit stores, when I walk down the street, when I recycle objects that I think and I know will be beneficial in classrooms, I record a video and share with my subscribers. So please type this out, share with others, and join us. Subscription is free. When you subscribe and you hit the notification bell, you will always be notified when I upload a new video, and I do that as often as possible. If you want to reach me and you need to get more details, or you want to ask questions, or you want me to train you beyond what we just shared in this video, please reach me on the email address here. I will always respond to you. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much for taking your time to listen to me. If you have any questions, like I said before, please use the contact details that I've shared previously. Thank you very much, and go out there, touch lives, and be the greatest teacher you can ever be. Thank you. Bye. Once again, my name is Stella.